You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. 141 in favour. North Korea, Syria, Belarus, Eritrea vote for Russia. 35 abstained, including China, Iran, India, South Africa, Israel among the 96 co-sponsors after keeping low profile. The UN General Assembly has voted overwhelmingly on Wednesday to adopt a resolution commending Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In the 193-member body, demand Moscow immediately withdraw its forces from the soil and sovereign neighbour.
Mr. President, today we call on Russia to stop its unprovoked, unjustified, unconscionable war.
For the first time in 40 years, the Security Council has convened an emergency special session of the General Assembly, United States Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield has said. The final tally of the vote on the resolution entitled Aggression Against Ukraine was 141-5, with 35 abstentions. The only countries that voted against the resolution alongside Russia were Syria, North Korea, Belarus, and Eritrea, a powerful indication of the international isolation that Russian President Vladimir Putin faces for invading his country's smaller neighbor. Among those that abstained were China, India, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, and South Africa. Unlike Security Council resolutions, General Assembly resolutions are not legally binding, but they do have clout in reflecting international opinion. After Russia vetoed a similar, albeit legally binding, resolution in the Security Council on 25 February, Ukraine and its supporters won approval for an emergency special session, the first since 1997, to try to spotlight opposition to Russia's invasion. What unfolded was over 2 days of speeches that began on Monday, in which more than 110 countries' representatives took to the plenary podium to sound off on the invasion of Ukraine. Israel also was among the 96 countries that co-sponsored Wednesday's resolution, a step it refused to take last week when a similar resolution came before the Security Council. That decision led U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, to express her disappointment to the Israeli UN Ambassador, Gilad Erdan. Since tensions between Russia and Ukraine began escalating, Israel has sought to avoid aligning too closely with either side. It is one of the few countries that maintains relatively warm relations with both Ukraine, a fellow Western democracy, and Russia, which controls the airspace over Syria, in which Israel operates to target Iranian proxies. The UN General Assembly voted overwhelmingly to demand that Russia immediately stops using force against Ukraine. It wants Russia to withdraw its military from the country. The measures also called on Russia to reverse a decision to recognize two separatist parts of eastern Ukraine as independent. As results of the vote came in, UN delegates in the General Assembly chamber rose to their feet and applauded, drowning out the speaker announcing the final tally.
The result